Hello and welcome back to Chess of Blades, and we're continuing where we left off, which is trying to save Linnaeus from either getting murdered or being stuck in jail for all eternity. So, let's continue. And I hope we can save him. Because I said before, and so we fuck up if we get, I don't know, a chance to save him, I guess. I'll at least say beforehand. Save my fuck up. So hush falls over the room as soon as the Grand Chamberlain speaks.
The Justiciar has made a grave accusation against the Grand Inquisitor Linnaeus for the crime of stealing the deceased Duchess's prized diamonds, as well as causing her death through the poisoning of her drink.
Yeah, me myself, because it made a lot of noise.
Today, the Justiciar has several witnesses he has brought before us, while the Inquisitor has chosen to bring a single witness, Rivian Varison.
That attitude, and the way he said Rivian's name. And Rivian Varison. It's one guy. What else? Clearly outnumbered. So, barely audible murmurs course among the gathered nobility for a moment. Feel a plethora of surprise, curious stares directed our way.
Justiciar, if you would care to present your claims, as well as substantiate them for the gathered advisors.
He nods rigidly at Raphael, responds by beaming wildly and rising up from his seat without a moment's hesitation. Ralph's eyes drift from Chamberlain to Linnaeus, and then to me, briefly narrowing. We're back at him, trying to convey that we're onto a scheme and will completely and thoroughly undo them, clear Linnaeus' name. And also that I think he's a complete cock.
My thanks, gracious Chamberlain. Now, I believe all of the wise advisors gathered here are well aware of the circumstances surrounding the beloved Duchess's death, yes? I shall explain what exactly occurred on that dark, fateful night.
Isn't the song playing the... I'm pretty sure it's the menu song. I just realized that. This seems fitting now, holy shit.
Oh, here we go. You should have brought some of those sweets you're so fond of, so that we might have some refreshments during this painful performance.
Linnaeus mutters under his breath to me, his nose wrinkling in disgust, although his eyes remain merely fixed on Raphael.
While the Duchess attended dinner, her room was empty and locked. However, there is one servant in this castle with keys to all of the guest rooms. And aware of that fact, Sir Linnaeus engaged his assistants.
Oh, and he is blackmailed, so... Raphael directly mentions the name Silas stiffens. Painful expression on his face speaks volumes, yet he remains silent.
After requesting the spare key to the Duchess's room under the pretext of delivering a special note from the king, the Inquisitor entered the Duchess's chambers and took the incredibly valuable jewels laying therein. Not wishing for his theft to be discovered, however, and instead desiring to frame it as an act of sabotage by the infamous disciples of Ignatius, he slipped poison into the glass of water atop the Duchess's dresser.
This is unbelievable. I was portraying the cult as the framed party. What's next? It's going to tell us that Linnaeus eats babies? I don't know. Maybe.
It wasn't until we began searching rooms that the Inquisitor panicked and fabricated a story of how he found the Duchess's jewels rather than admitting his act of larceny, knowing that he couldn't hide the necklace during our investigation.
Well, how are we going to tell that we were the ones who found it and gave it to him? Slightly louder murmurs of disbelief and shock start to drift among the gathered nobles. As much as I see doubt in a number of their faces, I also notice accusing looks.
I have the testimony of the servant, Silas, as well as the bystander, Alistair, who witnessed the Inquisitor's shifty behavior. And of course, the words of my own guardsmen as they were present during Sir Linnaeus' attempt to cover up the situation.
Jester saw Silas and Alistair along with a few men in armor standing beside them. This doesn't look good. No, it doesn't. Even though there's no hard evidence, the word of several people against one is difficult to counter. But, I mean, we have more proof. That's the difference. I just have to make sure I plan my move at the right time. Acting too rashly or unthinkingly will only give credence to Raphael's lies.
We will hear the servant's testimony first, then, in support of your accusations. Please state your name, servant.
I mean, he... What else? It's like he gave his name already. Silas rises immediately when the Chamberlain gestures towards him. Although his features are relatively calm, a thin sheen of sweat glimmers on his brow.
I am called Silas, Sir Chamberlain. I can corroborate the Justicia's story. I was asked for the key to the Duchess's room that night, and as a servant, I thought it best to obey my superior.
He is certainly lying. Don't worry, Silas, we'll save you. Someone probably asked him for the key, that guard, I imagine, but it wasn't Linnaeus.
I retrieved the key I needed from my set of spares in the servants' quarters, which I'd never use save for the rarest of occasions. I brought it to the Inquisitor's office and promptly returned to the main hall.
He bows his head, grimacing somewhat. It's hard for me to feel angry at him knowing that he's likely still being blackmailed by Raphael. But his testimony is enough to sway the amount of suspicion drifting among the gathered advisors whisper among themselves as they glance between Linnaeus and Silas. I should say something here. What point should I bring up? Oh, okay. We are going to have to do Phoenix Wright shit sort of thing. So... saying I saw you that night does not help. I imagine there's going to be a bunch of choices where it says, I saw what happened. No, we have the keys, though. Objection! My fingers curl in fist as I push myself up from my chair, turning the most effective glare I can manage on Silas. Inwardly, of course, I'm apologizing for looking at him so sternly. This is the right moment. I feel it in my very core. It's time to strike the first blow into Raphael's shaky story.
If you would present the keys I turned in earlier, please.
I call out to one of the nearby attendants, who nods, motions for the keys to be placed on the table. The advisors all peer curiously at the glimmering objects, nor is the confusion whispering around.
Now, you said that you almost never used the spare keys to the guest rooms. Did you not, Silas?
That is correct, sir.
Silas replies a little uncomfortably, his brow knitting together as he nods at me.
Then perhaps you'd care to explain why I found the spare keys to my room and Linnaeus's lying on the ground in the servants' quarters yesterday.
As my tone sharpens, Silas lowers his gaze, biting his lower lip for a moment.
They must have fallen while I was retrieving the Duchess's keys, sir.
Sensing an opening, I keep pressing forward, willing to back down at this crucial point.
Isn't that a little bit of a coincidence? Considering that I found the Duchess's necklace in my room right after I passed you in the hallway near my door. Perhaps you intended to plant the necklace inside the Inquisitor's room, but losing your nerve or intending to involve me in the case, you placed it in my own chambers instead.
Oh. Well, you want to tell the truth, Silas? Murmurs quickly escalate to louder gasps. The advisors look between Silas and me, Grand Chamberlain's expression twists into a scowl.
You wasn't expecting that one. Well played.
Yeah! Right track so far. You know, I mean, it's super easy right now. as to choose something. Hold on. Do I want... no. We'll be fine. I don't think I said that before. So a light smug murmur comes from beside me. He encouragingly nods my leg underneath the table.
What is the meaning of this? I thought we had established that the jewels were found in the Inquisitor's chambers.
Ah, but good sir, we found it in our room. Gave it to him.
Not initially, sir. I found them in my room and brought them to Linnaeus, not wanting to seem like a guilty party. And I can assure you I didn't steal them. I have an alibi for the whole evening.
What baseless conjecture are you devising exactly?
I don't know, one that says Linnaeus? Raphael cuts in, rising from his seat, begin to glower at me accusingly. Feeling of elation bubbles up in my chest at his irritated expression, which gives me enough encouragement to keep going.
Only the same as your witness, Justicia. He has no proof that he gave Linnaeus the key, but there is proof that he wanted access to our rooms that night.
Stares at me a moment longer, but soon waves a dismissive hand, huffing and fluttering his cloak.
The servant stands by his testimony, Grand Chamberlain. I implore you to ignore the unfounded mutterings of the Inquisitor's so-called witness.
Bitch, we got proof. Shut up. So cold. I swear if only I could pluck that bloody feather from his cap and shove it up his... Okay.
I see. Very interesting. Such conflicting words suggest that one of you is lying, which is a matter that shall have to be investigated later.
Okay. I help but shiver a little. Grand Chamberlain turns frigid, threatening gaze from Silas to me. I have to remind myself I'm not the guilty part here. Stand straight, Rivian.
Taking both statements into account, then let us proceed to the Justicia's next witness.
Okay, just gotta remember everything that's happened throughout this whole route. Raphael motions for Alistair to rise, and the boy manages to lift himself up from his seat on shaky-looking knees. I wonder how or why he's testifying. Is it possible Raphael is threatening or using him too? I mean, kind of, if he's still the bad guy. Considering how weak and willed seems, along with the fact that Celeste also dragging him around yesterday, the wet rag, I'd gather that it's pretty easy to see him into just about anything.
The bystander who observed the Inquisitor by the Duchess's room... Alistair, correct? Please recount what you saw on the night in question.
Yes, Grand Chamberlain.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember him being in his... Yeah. I think we had something when we came to Linnaeus and Alistair was with them. Okay, where's this gonna go? Oh, excellent. How am I supposed to refuse what he says if I can't even understand what he's saying? Alistair swallows, grasping at his clothing with trembling fingers. His face is so pale that it looks like he might pass out at any moment. Maybe someone should get him a glass of water.
I was returning to my room, which is near the Duchess's, when I saw the Inquisitor leaving her chambers.
Judging from the way the Chamberlain's face scrunches up impatiently at Alistair's manners, speaking, he's having a rough time understanding him too.
He had something in his hand. It looked like a bottle.
Did we ever give him a bottle?
A bottle. Could you see the contents of this bottle?
The Chamberlain's question, Alistair's eyes drift briefly over to Raphael. She currently stares impassively back at him, raising one eyebrow.
I think it was powder? Maybe poison.
Straight to the point, okay. Of what it could possibly be. I don't know, poison? It might be that? I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be anything. What's could possibly be in powder form now that I think about it? The mention of poison. I don't know, it could be cinnamon for God's sakes. I don't know. Pepper? Mention poison causes an immediate stir. You see distraught. Pushing looks on the advisors' faces. Oh, I think I see where this might go, because we found the broken bottle. We're going to say that we found it was possibly thrown out. Well, obviously, this is another complete lie. Let's sit about unraveling it. Raising to my feet more, wishing to attend it again.
The bottle, if you please.
Objection! So, okay, that's interesting. We don't get a choice here, I guess. But I, the man, produces a tiny glass container, places it gently on the table. Sir's expression grows even more anxious as he stares at the bottle for a long moment, before his eyes shift over to Raphael worriedly.
So,
oh, yeah,
Rivian,
he definitely is
have you
onto it.
collected every piece of evidence associated with this matter?
I don't know, maybe. I think we have 3 evidence? The Chamberlain's voice rises in disbelief. It takes all my willpower to hold back a smirk.
After the Inquisitor was removed from the investigation of the Duchess's murder, he expressed concern that foul work was at play. Of course, following in the footsteps of my father, I saw fit to conduct my own investigation on the side.
The footsteps of your father, eh? I see how it is, Ferguson.
Well then. I seem proud that we're doing this. Make sure I'm upside down. Linnaeus cast me a playful glance. A few intrigued whispers sprung up from several of the nobles nearby.
His father, the old strategist, right?
Oh, now they're catching on.
What a brilliant man he was, as his son stepped into his shoes.
Maybe? I don't know. We're just getting into shit we probably shouldn't. Never thought I'd see the day where I felt proud about using my father's name, but here I am. May not be the main motivator in what I did, but perhaps the subconscious factor. And most importantly, the person name gives me a little credence among the fickle crowd.
I see. We do not condone such activities by individuals unauthorized by the king, though I suppose in these unusual circumstances, certain exceptions can be made.
Grand Chamberlain, it's very possible he is fabricating the evidence or somehow working with the Inquisitor to...
Damn, you're giving yourself away, Raphael.
Silence, Justicia! I will hear all available information before jumping to such rash conclusions. Beyond that, his father is a respectable man, and I am doubtful his son would engage in such unlawful activity.
Yeah. There's the name. Helps so much. And what, we complained about a while ago that our Rivian's generation of short-legged people? Yeah, at least there's some good in it. The name itself. Raphael silently grits his teeth, adjusting his hat to hide his distasteful expression.
However, Sir Rivian, what is your purpose in showing us this bottle? If we are to assume it is the same one that held the poison, how does it serve to contradict what the Justicia's witness has said?
We're gonna trust what to tell. The room falls deathly silent as I race to come up with the best reply I can manage. Do we get to take a deep breath, slide my hands down the table. Then I point a finger at the guard closest to Raphael. Do you even know it's the same guard? Never seen his face before, obviously, but he's noticeably taller and bulkier than the other guards, so I'd remember his statures anywhere.
Why don't you take off your helmet and see if any of the other guardsmen recognize you?
Oh! My abrupt accusation lacks a number of curious gasps and glances, which I forcibly ignore to try and keep my concentration.
Oh, this all seems like it has escalated very strangely, but kindly oblige Sir Rivian's request, guardsman, to keep things moving. You...
Oh! We got him. Got him! Growls underneath his helmet. I notice Raphael's kick his ankle subtly. Very suspicious, dude. Finally, the man grabs his helmet and slowly pulls it off, revealing sharp, ragged features marked by several gashes and scars.
I've never seen him before.
I thought he was Galen all this time. What in God's name?
Several of the other guards, presumably the ones under Raphael's command, audibly murmur in surprise. This is it, Rivian. This is your big chance.
Everyone take a moment, please, and recall what happened after the unconscious Duchess was escorted to her room by several guards. She was given a glass of water that was already on her table, and in those few moments, one of the guards slipped a powdered poison into the glass when no one else was looking. To dispose of the only evidence, the bottle of poison, he dropped it from the window, assuming it would break outside.
Keep going. Although he remains silent, I feel Linnaeus squeezing my knee reassuringly under the table. I tell from the face of just about everyone in the room, and the Grand Chamberlain, that my theory hold at least a little weight. It's enough to cast doubt, that's all I need.
As for the one who pulled the strings behind all of this, and attempted to frame the Inquisitor in the process, it's none other than our beloved Justiciar, Raphael.
Do we have any proof against him, though? Raphael stares at me well, I guess because you need a motive for her correctly when it comes to these kinds of things. Raphael stares at me wordlessly, eyes narrowed into slits. Can't help but think how ironic it is, considering how much he attached himself to me last night. In the end, he probably sees me as just another thing to try and take away from Linnaeus.
Well, that's quite the accusation,
Yeah, it is.
Sir Rivian. However, we cannot give credence to such an argument without substantial evidence to accompany your words.
It's time for the final blow. Do we pick a say in this because I've got to fuck it up? Can't really mess this one up. If I do, it'll all be over. Hold on, just in case. Just in case. Okay. Let's see. Are we gonna have to make a choice? Do shit. Reading the words inside my head, and to the attendant pulls out the last thing I gave him today. What was that? Small. Oh, the note! There we go, okay. Small note. One with a few damning words.
Rivian.
A shocked whisper comes from beside me, but I resist the urge to look down at Linnaeus, instead focusing my gaze intently on the Chamberlain.
Shall I read for you this note that I found in the Duchess's room, lost beneath her dresser?
If you would be so kind, yes.
Now, I don't remember what's said, so it's fine that the Grand Chamberlain watches me with an interest, his severe expression tempered somewhat by curiosity. It's like I'm very good. Why is Linnaeus worried that we're bringing this evidence?
It says, after you're done, meet me in my room. We must capture him before he sees through us.
Silence!
Oh. We're not gonna finish, he's gonna give himself away? Raphael suddenly roars, and just like that, everyone goes quiet. The briefly enraged look in his eyes is gone as quickly as it came. However, it is replaced by chilly, unamused stare.
This disgrace has gone on long enough. To bring something that could be so easily forged into this room and attempt to pass it off as the truth, it is shameful, and you are dishonoring us with your very presence.
God dang, dude, you were nice with us a while ago. Oh my god. My voice lacks its normal theatrical This sounds so harsh that I shrink back silently. I feel every pair of eyes in the room turning from Raphael to me. The weight of what I'm doing sets in. I guess that's why Linnaeus was worried that we bring such an evidence, because you could just fabricate very easily. Charging the man who's supposed to be the hand of justice of law, murder, and conspiracy. I can barely believe it myself that such a thing could even be possible. If Raphael is corrupt, how many others who have trusted are the same way? How much of our kingdom is as safe as I always thought it was? But if I had to choose just one thing to believe in, it would be Linnaeus. Since I believe Linnaeus is innocent, then Raphael can't possibly be speaking a word of truth. There has to be some way to sway things over to my side, even just a little bit. Wait, we just get the one choice? Wait, is there... This is weird. There isn't like... This wasn't like some hidden game object scenario thing that we had to play through this whole round somehow. Out of everything, had to have picked something. Or, I don't know, was there a choice that I did not pick? I'm so confused. Why do we have only one choice? That worries the shit out of me. I don't want to go through the whole game and just figure out, oh, there's one choice I fucked up. Well, let's search him. Yes, that's it. If we just search his room, surely there'll be something incriminating there.
We have to search Raphael's chambers. I know there has to be more evidence, including proof that he wrote this note.
I'm really unsure of them. It might. There's a tiny chance Mike's catching the noises outside my room. That is the horror movie. I'm not sure what, but yeah. The moment words fall from my lips, however, the sense that they're received with more skepticism than anything.
Sir Rivian, it would be a questionable practice to invade the Justiciar's chambers unless we had sufficient suspicion that he had truly written the note you bring before us.
But didn't we have another part of the note or something? Grand Chamberlain's brusqueness returns and he lets out a tired sigh.
I understand your concerns, but the more pressing matter is to determine the innocence of the Inquisitor, which I believe we now have enough information to do.
But we have more proof! Oh, shit. Art sings as the Chamberlain stands, motioning for us to leave the room. I feel Raphael's mocking smirk aimed at me from the side, but I don't have the strength to so much as scowl at him. Linnaeus rises from his seat, gently placing a hand on my back for a moment, before he turns and slowly strides towards the door. I follow along behind him with a heavy feeling in my stomach. Together with everyone else, his advisor, turn to the hall. I want to say something, anything to try and comfort Linnaeus. I can't shake the sense that I made an irreversible mistake and both of us know it. Linnaeus is escorted by the guards back to the jail cell. I wait anxiously with Arden outside the meeting room. It's not until several hours later that the advisor finally returned and we hear the verdict. Oh. And the judge says, I don't know if it was just somehow down low, but okay. Guilt that day still haunts me. I always wonder what could have happened if I had said the right thing at the right time. If I could have really found a way to help prove his innocence. Raphael has since taken over Linnaeus' position, though he's as well respected as the former Inquisitor. The amount of false accusation has increased so dramatically that many live fear association with the disciples. He doesn't accuse me of anything, surprisingly, but I don't attempt to involve myself. court affairs any longer. I can't bear the thought of it. I know the truth behind what happened, or at least I believe to be the truth. I'm powerless to do anything about it. If I were to try and bring up the case again, I'd surely be attacked by conspiring with Linnaeus, condemned to the same fate. I'll only reflect on my loss and hope that I'll never repeat the same mistakes I did back then. More than anything, I pray that Linnaeus forgives me. I think I could bear to see the sadness in his proud feature again, or the steely determination of his gaze turn to something hopeless and barren. If only I had one more chance. One more chance. Linnaeus, forgive me. Swear to God, this better not be fucking over. Fuck, really? What could I possibly done? What could I have done? I'm trying to think. Like, the only thing that comes to mind was... there's like only one choice I could think of that was like... I don't know, somehow... talking to, Silas instead of having Linnaeus speaking? What could I possibly done? That's so weird! Cause with fun, let me just say, cause I had to replay this playthrough multiple times just to figure out how the game kind of worked to get Linnaeus' route when I was trying to do this from the first place, so... what could I possibly done? Holy shit! Why even give me it? Oh my god. Try to think. Like, I'm going to have to go back and see maybe there was a different choice I had to pick, because there... or, I don't know. Because the only choice we got was picking either the keys or saying that we were there. If somehow the other choice was, I saw what happened, somehow the choice... fuck me. That wouldn't make any sense. But it's just like, really? I was right that there was something a little off with the last and only choice? Oh my god. I don't know if you can tell. I'm so confused and annoyed with this. What the fuck? I'm gonna get the bad ending for everyone, H-Shroud. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's gonna suck when I get to do Arden. Oh, fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna have to end the video here. But till then, I got to figure out how the fuck to get this good ending back to where we were. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to quickly make this video kind of longer because it might be at the end of the game after all. So yeah, I don't know. If I end it here, let me do my outro. If not, it's gonna be very awkward. So, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, figure out what the fuck is supposed to happen next. Was I fucked up? I don't know, got subscribe button, be notified what the fuck I'm gonna do next. Holy shit, I'm annoyed. And yeah, if you have anything to say, see in the comments below. And yeah, till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comrades.